Hello, this is the first in a series of videos to go through the steps of using iTree Eco to create a project for collecting data for a high school. And before I start and actually start working with Eco, I just want to point out a couple of resources that will be helpful. On the iTree website, under the Support and Resources tab, there are a number of resources where you can go to receive technical help. There's a feedback form that will connect you up with our support team. There is also a forum which acts as an FAQ where you can find numerous postings on various issues that users have encountered. So there's a number of places you can go to get help. In addition, if you're going to work with Eco, you want to become familiar with the many manuals and guides. And what that looks like is this page right here, where you can see all the Eco V6 manuals and guides. This video was made in June of 2021, so this may change and there may be future versions, and these frequently get updated. The two particular manuals and guides to really focus on are the user's manual, which walks you through all these steps of creating, managing, setting up projects, and then the field manual, which is very helpful in terms of how to do the actual data collection and walk through the processes of all the different variables. These get into more specifics, but they can be very helpful when you start considering options like, should I stratify a project? Or do I want to go through and import data from a spreadsheet, which you can do for an Eco Complete Inventory option. So all great resources here to consider. Additionally, there is video learning that you will find too, and so there will be more comprehensive and videos that are focused on very specific items too. So there's a number of ones already here for Eco. These are a little bit older, but many of these processes are still very helpful. Some are for plot establishment, which is for a sample project, but many of the principles still will apply. And then also you can see here there is a very detailed video set on using the mobile data collection, which you will kind of see through this series, but it will be rather brief. All right, I just want to return back to that base support and resources. And one of the other documents or sections that's very helpful is trying to understand where the numbers come from, or the method's background. Two places. First of all, this Understanding iTree document is a very comprehensive document that talks about all the methods and the different modules that Eco uses for estimating various ecosystem services. A great resource to refer to understand and explain the model. In addition, Methods and Documentation is just another page that will take you into more in depth on all the other different applications, but you can find many of the background journal articles that go through that explain the various modeling processes. And so if you want to go down the trail of the understanding the journal or the articles that relate to all the processes and modeling that goes into building and various white papers, that's where you would start. And there's also one other section that is particularly helpful, this project planning and management section. So right here is where you'll find documents that others have created and have shared with us, lessons that they've learned, which are very helpful. One is very helpful right here that I'll point out, this Eco Field Data cheat sheet, which was made by one of our collaborators, Naomi Zucher, from GWHS. And so this is very helpful in terms of having, if you're doing data collection and you want to understand some of the variables. There are some more extensive manuals and guides that you can start with. So that's a quick, brief preview of some of the documents that are helpful. One of the other areas that is very helpful too when you're starting out with iTree is where do you actually kind of get the iTree Eco software. And so one of the requirements for Eco is that it has to be installed on a desktop computer, and at the time of this recording it runs on a Windows operating system. So there's system requirements information that you'll find on this page if you're working In a say municipality, you're probably going to have to deal with administrative rights and have to work with your IT staff. There's links here that will help you do that. The software is free. You can download it and then just run the installation on your desktop. And it can be challenging, and you might need some help if you run into some issues with communication. Eco requires communication with external websites, so there are a number of different large data that need to be pulled into Eco, say like weather and pollution, and then it has to also send data to an outside processor to have results obtained for your project, which then are pulled into your project after processing, and then you can see the results. So we'll kind of walk through that in more detail, but this will just get you oriented. All right, stay tuned for the next video.